It's your girl, Knowledge by Nikki Smith with 1K. How y'all doing? Y'all doing good? I hope so. This is for everyone that's watching me. I don't care if it's YouTube, Instagram, it's IGTV, Facebook, whatever it is that you're watching me on. I learned something, guys, and you know when I learned something, I love to share it, right? Let me tell you what I learned, guys, and I am so excited to talk to you a little bit about this. I'm not a master at it, but when I learned it, I actually purchased a somewhat expensive virtual training, and I wanted to understand more about what to do when things are not working. I do coaching, as you all know. I do coaching, and I have found myself wanting to, for lack of a better phrase, wring my coachees' necks because they aren't willing to change, guys. They come to me because something is broken. They're like, Nick, it's broken. I can't fix it. I'm tired. What do I need to do? Let me get this positioned a little bit better here. They come to me because something is broken. But when I try to encourage them, because a coach, that's what we do, right? We encourage you. It's that old statement, you can lead a horse to water, you can give them all the strategies and strategic things on what to do, but you can't make them drink it. So I knew it had to be something deeper that I needed to look into to try to understand why people would not change, even though their stuff is jacked up, right? So I happen to be at this particular virtual training that I purchased, which is unbelievable, guys, but it's going to take me 6 months to look at it. And I'm on chapter 2, I think. And in chapter 2, it talked about what I'm going to talk to you about today. And it talked about something called market disruption. Now, we all know what disruption is, right? Matter of fact, I have my phone because I wanted to give you the definition here of what market disruption is, because this is what was an epiphany to me that was the problem why people would not change, is because they didn't even understand what was happening, okay? And it's just complaints. Just, I'm tired of staff. I'm tired of this. I can't get this to happen. It was just, I can't. And not understanding really what was going on. So let me give this to you all. Market disruption. I had the definition on here. I've been looking up a bunch of stuff for you all, but I'm going to break down to you all some stuff. So y'all get a pen and some paper. If you all, like me, have recording features on my phone that I can actually record videos while I'm watching them as well as audios, then it's good to have. If not, you got an old school tape recorder. That's market disruption too. You know, some things that got disrupted where those aren't really in circulation anymore. So let me hear. I had it in here. So the definition, here we go, guys, of market disruption. Listen to this. Maybe this will help you understand what's happening here, right? Market disruption, what is it? A market disruption is a situation wherein markets, any market, ceases to function in a regular manner, typically characterized by a large market or decline in profits. That means when something disrupts the market, it disrupts business as we know it. The main thing that gets hit is our money. And that's when we start crying and we say, what do I do? What is happening? And this is the thing that I want you all to get from this, is when markets are disruptive, the goal to stay alive is not to just sit back and complain about everything else. You have to start investigating what is or isn't happening. We're in a service business. So what has changed about service businesses that has infiltrated or caused my business to not cease the way it used to? I'm going to give you an example. Before I go into this, I had a conversation with an associate of mine at a show I did in Miami about 4 weeks ago. And she was at a vending booth next to me. So, you know, when we're sitting there and maybe there's no customers there, we just talk about stuff. So she was talking about how she's tired and she's just over it with staff. And she's been probably in the industry longer than I have. And I've been in it for 32 years. And she said, I'm tired of training all these people. You train them, you give them everything you got, And then they take all that training and they take employees with them and they go open a salon down the street. Or they go home and utilize all this training. And you don't really get back what you feel like you put into them. And she's going through all of this and that. And so I listened. I said, okay, because I hear you. You know what I actually told her, though? I said, the problem is your expectations, which I'm going to give you John Maxwell's definition for disappointment. Your expectations of these people when you trained them was not the reality. The reality was they're just passing through, trying to learn what they need to learn, trying to get what they need to get so they can do their own thing. I didn't write this down, but there is I read a lot, guys, and I don't remember what magazine I was reading this in, but it was some statistics, some statistical data. It said by year, this is 2019, by year 2025, I think it said, that more than 75% of the American workforce is going to be a 1099 employee or self-employed. So what does that mean? That means she's expecting an employee mentality when realistically everybody really has either I'm a contract worker, I come do some work for you and I leave, which is still kind of being self-employed, or they want to own their own business. So if that's where the mindset, and this is not just all millennials, if that's where the mindset of people are going, then you have to now accept the reality, which I'm going to give you the definition for disappointment in a minute, because she was extremely disappointed. You have to accept the reality that they don't want to be here for 10 years. That thing back in the day where we as salon people that were together for 14, 15, till they retired, till they died, those days are over. Those days are over. Those days don't exist anymore. And so I told her you need to lessen your expectations. And this is the definition I gave her that I learned from John Maxwell's new book called Leadership. It's phenomenal. He said, and I'm going to try to quote it. I may be a little off, but he said, disappointment is the gap between expectations and reality. That means that what happens is when you hire that person, you expected that they're going to be here with me for a while. We're going to build this family, and I'm going to teach them everything that I know, and I'm going to make money, and they're going to make money, and we just going to be happily ever after and here forever. But the reality was they never expected to be there that long, and you probably didn't ask the right questions, and they knew that it was going to be for a short while, or they thought. They may have not known directly, but now here we have is these expectations. They're expecting to get what they can so they can move on. You're expecting to give them this so they can stay. But the reality was you thought something they never told you, they never felt, or if they did feel it, they changed their mind. People have the right to do that. And you didn't understand that where the market is today, nobody is trying to work for anybody too long. So when I started explaining that to her, she said, I feel better now. She said, I feel better. I said, girl, let me tell you something. If you get 2 years now, out of anybody, consider it a blessing. If you get 2 years. So I tell all the people that I coach, I tell them this is what I need you to do. I need you when you sit down and interview them, first of all, you got to learn how to interview people. You got to get a rock solid interview. But part of your interviewing is that you need to let them know that I am in full support of if you're here 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, 2 years. I am in full support of your dream, your vision to at whatever point to move on, to do your own thing, et cetera, et cetera. You get the gist, right? You need to put that up front, that I am okay with that. I'm not trying to make you a hostage here. I'm not trying to hold on to you forever. But this is what I tell people. I say, you make sure you say to them, though, you give me your best 6 months, and I'm going to give you my best. And when you're ready, let me help you. Let me help you. Let me, you don't know what you may think you know. Trust me, it's different when you get on the other side. Let me help you so you don't make the mistakes I made. So you can go into this doing better than I do. It's almost the mother and child idea where I want you to do better than I did. I'm sorry, guys. That's where we are, okay? So the minute you absorb that and get it, you won't be talking about, I'm sick of people, I'm going to quit, I'm going to give up the shop. So let me give you some other. And I did a little research. I didn't get a chance to do as much as I wanted to. Well, I actually did, but I didn't get a chance to write it down. Let's talk about some of the things that have disrupted the market. Y'all see this? I'm moving a little closer here. Some of the things that have disrupted this market. I tried to chronicle them, but I forgot Amazon should have been actually up here. Let's talk about eBay. Those of y'all old enough to remember eBay. I remember when eBay started. eBay started in 1995. It was founded by Pierre Omidyar. I could be saying that wrong. And eBay started, for those of you all that maybe, I was born in 69. For those of you all that maybe were born, I would say in the 70s at least, we remember, or I definitely remember, they had flea markets everywhere. On any Saturday or Sunday, you can go to the flea market, like you had hundreds of them to choose from. Anybody that remembers that, give me a little thumbs up. Consignment shops, thrift stores, and I'm not just talking about in the hood, y'all. I'm talking about they had these ideas where we're going to take things that people had that were used. Not just garage sales. They had a ton of them too. But they had the idea, the thrift stores, the consignment shops, which were considered the better thrift stores. Flea markets had everything. You had the nice flea market, then you had the not so nice flea market. Then y'all remember that, right? Those were really, really big. I should have actually looked up when flea markets started. Okay, I'll do that later. They were really big, guys. eBay started off, and I don't fully remember what their focus was when they started off. But what eBay did was eBay started realizing, I don't think it was because Amazon was books. I don't remember what it was, but eBay started realizing that they could literally sell everything. Just instead of you walking around a flea market, driving, wasting gas, going to a consignment shop, you could literally, because the internet was somewhere around 85, okay? When the internet was able to be available in people's homes. So now what's happening is eBay, which this subsequently I think was purchased by someone else, start realizing they could expand this platform over everything that people had to sell. People no longer had to go to consignment shops, negotiate how much you gonna pay me for this stuff and woo 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 and this the other. They didn't have to drag stuff to the flea market every Saturday or Sunday or Wednesday or whatever it was. They could stay right at home. And you know, you also got in here, you got Craigslist, you got all these things that evolved out of this need to resell used goods, right? So that's why you don't see as many flea markets anymore. That's why you don't see consignment shops. That's why you don't see thrift stores. The only ones we have out here now would be like, you have Clothes Mentor, but Clothes Mentor was able to do well because they, if any of you all don't know what that is, Clothes Mentor, if I remember the story, was started by these women, but their idea of Clothes Mentor was to be able to give back to women that had been, whether in domestic abuse, women that had, you know, women that had these issues, women and children, they needed clothes to get back into the workforce, this, that, and the other. They had a social position, that they were social entrepreneurs. That's what they chose. But now Clothes Mentor is what you call the high-end thrift store. Clothes Mentor now is where if you got Gucci bags, Prada bags, you got all this stuff, you literally can walk into Clothes Mentor, get some money for it, and then subsequently do whatever you need to do with the money. They also have Play It Again Sam, or Say It Again Sam, or is it Play It Again Sam? They're all owned by the same person. They also have Plato's Closet. I believe those three companies, one is for kids, one is for teens, and the other is for, you know, what they call high-end women. But this happened after this, but the only reason it was able to succeed and to do as well as it has is because it focused on a particular market. And it still gave you the option, if you don't want to wait on eBay, or if you don't want to spend all your time searching and you needed something right here, you could just walk in and get it, right? But this caused a market disruption. Things as people knew at flea markets and stuff, hey, they wasn't coming in there no more. So what you gonna do? You're gonna keep paying overhead. You're gonna keep paying rent. Employees ain't showing. You got to still pay employees. It forced that industry to change the way they were doing it. So let's keep going. YouTube, 1997. Stephen Chen, Chad Hurley, and they end up selling it to somebody. Like I said, I didn't get a chance to do all of this for you, but you get the idea. Information, everything information, and it grew. The platform for the information and to learn how to do this and learn and training and how to do that and how to fix this and whatever it was. Information is how we live. There is something that I'm a movie buff for any of you all that know me. So when I was watching Furious 8 or The Fate of 8, that's the last one that was put out to the Fast, or not the last one because it was Hobbs and Shaw, but the one before that for Fast and the Furious franchise. Charlize Theron was the actual villain in this movie, and she said something. I look for lessons and messages and everything. She said something to Vin Diesel, whose name is Dominic Toretto, in there. She said to him, she said, I understand you have this thing with family, but in life, the only real thing you can ever actually give someone that changes their life is information. And I tend to agree with her. Information is what changes your life. And then obviously what you do with it. So information, where to go, what to do, how to do this, how to do that. YouTube changed the game. YouTube now and Google, which I didn't even put Google in here, have become the most trusted information sources, period. We even talk like, well, Google said, well, it said on YouTube, as if that's the gospel, okay? Because we have been able to find accurate information. I'm sure some of it is not so accurate, but YouTube has changed the game for anyone that was training, teaching, demonstrating a product, or you had to buy the product. I remember back in the day when I started doing the shows and all of that, and we used to sell DVDs, and we used to make a killing. We could come into a show, sell 500 DVDs. Anybody back in that day, if you remember, you had a whole library of DVDs that you bought, that you looked at on a DVD player, and you train your workers, your whatever. YouTube changed that because now people ain't got to buy nothing, and YouTube is free. People don't have to buy nothing. They can sit right in their homes because everybody got a computer now, right? This is the internet. Everybody got a computer now. And now everybody can find the same technique that you did on that $100 video. They can sit right at their homes and do it. And we know also that caused us a little disruption because it allowed people who no longer had a license or never had a license to be privy to our secrets, right? Okay, another disruption. Then we talk about Amazon. Amazon disrupted and is still disrupting everything. I just put everything. You see, I didn't even put it. 1994, Jeff Bezos. I remember when Amazon started, and I was not as avid of a reader as I am now. And Amazon was basically online books. Then I think they partnered with Barnes and Nobles, and what was the first Amazon Kindle, and you just had all of these things that spun out, but it was really about reading. It was about books, and there's a whole story if you ever want to read it on Jeff Bezos, how he started, where he started, a little bitty garage house type thing, and what happened was Amazon realized, again, they were in the information sector, but it was information that dealt with actual something you could attain, meaning you could actually purchase the download of this book or purchase the book itself and get it sent to you. And they realized that information and something tangible that you can touch, taste, feel really went together. Okay, so we already know what Amazon has done. They have disrupted every market that exists. The retail market, now the food market, you name it. Amazon has caused probably the most major disruption there is. I don't even know if you all are aware. Right now with China, because our president is fighting and battling with China, the taxes, the actual taxes that now have to be paid in order to get goods over here have actually been increased even more. So if any of you all are ordering anything from a company that deals with China, what you're going to see on your tab outside of what you've been paying is going to be almost up to 25% more because of the tariff tax. The tariff tax has now made it. I've got many letters from vendors I deal with explaining to me why something that used to be $5 is now $12, because those tariff taxes now have to be paid. So dig this, y'all. Amazon got his own ships. Amazon has a way that they've been able to go over there, get what they need, bring it back here, not go through the same channels as the normal people that have to actually ship and bring goods from China or the mainland to here. And Amazon can still afford to keep you at that same cost without passing that tariff tax to you. So you talking about a disruption. All right? So, and what else has happened with Amazon? Everybody has a price match now. Everywhere you go, they'll say Amazon price match, because they already know if you can't beat them, you might as well join them, right? So Amazon has disrupted everything. All y'all getting mad about the product you used to use now being on Amazon? It is what it is. You better also price match. You might want to put yours on there. Whatever it is, you have to understand that when a market is disrupted, now business as you know it does not work the same. And I say all the time, if you can't beat them, you need to join them. People now, I remember Office Depot. I have to buy a lot of ink cartridges because I have laser printers. Office Depot for years, Amazon price match. And then for whatever reason, Staples is the only place now that will Amazon price match as far as office supplies. So for whatever reason, Office Depot decided they aren't doing it anymore. I think that's crazy. But for whatever reason, that's what they're doing. So that you're not going to make people buy it from here because Amazon said, I'll fix that for you. You can get same day shipping. You can get in certain cities, you can get same day within the next couple hours. So Amazon said, okay, y'all don't want a price match? We're going to now have people, regular people, like Uber, that are in cars, delivering stuff. Amazon has so many plants set up, so they even tackled that problem. So you could be, I have been right in Office Depot, and when they wouldn't price match no more, I just ordered it right there on Amazon. And Amazon said it'd be here by 9 o'clock. All right, I don't need it that bad. I'm good, and it's cheaper. You understand? So for whatever reason, Office Depot didn't want to join them anymore. So they just say no. So I promise you, Amazon ain't losing no money over that decision. They are, okay? Then we go into Uber and Lyft. Oh, how I remember Uber and Lyft had the cab drivers and limousine drivers, and oh, they had them just on a tizzy. 2009, that ain't even that long ago. That's 10 years. Lyft, 2012. Travis, I may be saying it wrong, Travis, wherever you are. Kalanick and Garrett Camp, they started Uber. Logan Green and John Zimmer started Lyft. Now, let me tell you how Lyft took it to another level, y'all. I just came home. I'm always gone. But I came home about maybe 3 weeks ago. I don't even know where I was. And I decided to get a Lyft because this was the one time I didn't drive. And I was going to get picked up from the airport, but my plane was delayed. And so my husband is going to pick me up. He was at work now, fine. I said, don't worry about it. I catch an Uber or Lyft. So I go on. And Lyft, I found, was a little cheaper, right? So I go on and I do a Lyft. And this number pops up. And it's like a code. And I'm like, what is this? Because this was new, y'all. Midway Airport now, they done took it to a whole nother level. Midway Airport has a Lyft lane now, where the Lyft cars are already there. And you stand in line like a cab line, and you have that number. When you get up to your time now to get in the car, they just roll up and pick up people like cabs. You present that number to the driver. That driver now puts that number in his portal. It syncs to who you are, where you say you want to go, etc., etc. And now you don't even have to wait for a Lyft driver. All I say, when I see stuff like that, I just say, look at this here. And then dig this, y'all. People are telling people, I don't know why you're scared of a Lyft driver. People would rather get into a cab than a Lyft driver. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm going to say something. I know cabs might be mad, but it's the truth. When you get in a cab, no one knows what cab you got in. No one knows where you are. You can't share. You can share your location if you just do it from your phone. But there is no party on the other end who knows who you are. But people, for some reason, still feel safer with cabs than they do with Lyfts or Uber. No. Me, I feel safer with them because I know my information has been sent back somewhere where somebody knows who I am, what car I'm in, who this person says they are. And I heard that Lyft does deeper background checks as well. So this is the thing that has disrupted all these business, cabs, limousine, transportation. I am watching now cabs at airports, and I feel bad for them, but I'm watching them line up and be lined up, and literally nobody's there. They got Ubers. Airports were fighting it at one time because they were getting issues from the cabs, where they now have it where they have a whole different ride share area so they can kind of keep them separate. That don't matter, because we just go right on over there and do an Uber, do a Lyft. And I'm gonna talk to you about what all of this has done so you can understand how you need to change the way you do business, okay? So then we talk about, now let's go into our business, right? Salon suites. Now, I have studied this for years, and it's always been this, every time this person supposedly started salon suites, that person, it's always, I do some deeper research, and it was somebody else. So I don't know who actually started it. I know I saw my first salon suite in Baltimore, Maryland, I want to say back in 99. And it was a hotel, an old like Holiday Inn or something, that someone had actually purchased, that they tricked out and made a business. They tricked out and basically made it a salon business. So I'm sitting here like, this is the coolest thing I have ever seen in my life. And they had all outdoor entrances. So it was like one of these express hotels, one of those type of things. So it was absolutely amazing. So that was in 1998. But there are talks that somebody did it before them, and who knows. But what we do know is salon suites has literally caused a market disruption in our traditional and corporate salon structures. It's caused a disruption. And I hear owners, I hear people, I hate suites. So it don't matter whether you hate them or not. They're not going nowhere. They're going to continue to grow. And you better figure out, I've even told some salons that actually are on the verge of they're failing now, but they're on the verge of closing. I've even told them, instead of you losing all that you put into this because you got a 10-year lease, or you own the place and now you got to try to sell it, if you can't beat them, join them. The world's going to change whether you change or not. You have to shift the way you see. Okay, I know you open it because you want to start this community and family, and we go to shows together, and we this and that. Well, that ain't what it is no more. It's not. So I've told them, go get you a contractor, wall up some of these spaces, make them cubicles, semi-private suites. I don't care what you do. But instead of fighting the market disruption, you're going to have to see where you fit into it. Where I'm not saying totally compromise your vision, but your vision has not evolved. And the industry and the world has. So I'm sorry. You're going to have to maybe think about turning your 1,500 square foot salon into salon suites. Now, I'm not saying go do no major overhaul because it's going to cost you money. But if you are, instead of failing, walking away because you can't get staff, you know what's working, you can cubicleize them, do convertible walls instead of going all the way up, because then you got to change ventilation system and all that has to change. You can give them not necessarily doors, but give them their own private space, have a community shampoo area, a community dryer area, and do what we call semi-private suites. You'll still have it where people interact with each other. You don't want that total separateness. You'll have the best of both worlds. But the market has been disrupted. And instead of y'all calling me like, can you coach me? Can you help me? And some of y'all don't like what I say. I don't want to hear you crying about it. We're going to fix it. But we have to fix it in accordance to where the industry is going, not where it came from. It's not going to work if you just do it that way. So, and I'm not saying we got to have all suites. That is not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is when the market has been disrupted, you have to go into research mode. What happened? What is not? Where is the industry now? What is it that they want? What? And it's not just about your industry. It's the world. Okay? So then now, look, dig this, y'all. This we got too. I saw my first mobile salon at the ISSE show. That's a show they do in Long Beach, California, probably 15, 16 years ago. But it was this was a show enough RV. And it might have been longer than that. However long they done that show, it was maybe 20 years ago. It was a while ago. And when I saw it, I remember saying, this is the coolest thing I have ever seen. But it was a real RV. They were selling it. It was like $170,000. The Joker was off the chain, right? So this, guess what now, guys? They didn't got so big with this. They actually have a mobile salon expo. It's sold out, but they actually have an expo now where people are literally realizing instead of having the overhead, and definitely if you live in a climate that stays warm for most of the year, this ain't a bad idea, y'all. This is also partnering with salon suites, causing disruption to our industry. So my point to all of this is, instead of you complaining, instead of you being pissed off and mad and blaming everybody because they don't want what you want, which is totally outdated and it does not fit with today's businesses. And let me back up a little bit. Amazon has something now, and let me tell you how I learned about this. I had a package. I buy everything off Amazon. Food, everything. Amazon is at my house. Between me and my husband, Amazon is there every single day, literally, for something, okay? Because we buy everything from Amazon. I think I was gone for a while, and my husband, he works a lot of hours too, so they left a tag on the door. And the tag, you see a tag to pick up your package, wherever, but it gave me an address to pick up the package, and I'm like, where is this? Because it's like around the corner somewhere. So I went, y'all, and it was a Boost Mobile store. So I got in the front of the store, and I'm like, this can't be right. Now, this was a while ago. I'm like, so my package is in there? So I went in. I said, okay, let's see. I went in. I told the girl, I said, I think I'm supposed to pick up a package here. She said, yeah, hold on. I watched that girl go to the back. She had a room. She opened the door. I could see it with all these packages stacked up. So I had to ask. I said, are all those for Amazon customers? She said, yeah. She said, I contract through Amazon, or they have contracted me to basically, they pay me a month to lease some space out of my facility that I wasn't using anywhere, got a bunch of junk in it, and I basically get paid to hold packages till people come get them. So the Amazon people ain't gotta take them back, keep coming back and forth. And so we just started talking. I said, oh, that is ingenious. So I'm in research mode now. Like, how the heck do you do that? Well, it's under, you have to, now it ain't easy to find. Now you may have to call them, but I realized that it's under Amazon Locker. And it's a whole way that you got to find it, y'all. And it is hard to find online, but you just do your research. They literally will pay you now to have some of your unused space that will be set up as housing for packages, so people don't have to come out. They ain't got to bring the package back. This has become the way the world is, where now your salon that you think all you got to do is hair, nails, this, and that. I've said this 1,000 times in 1,000 lives. You have to look at your business and you have to have multiple revenue streams of all. It may not always be related to your business, but if it functions well in your business, it doesn't shake up what you're doing. It leverages the customers you already have. They need stuff too. You better start thinking about it. Kohl's has Amazon drop off and pick up. There's a store here where I am called Menards. Menards has like full grocery in there, everything but produce and meat. They freaking you in there anyway, waiting on paint, waiting on wood to be sawed, trying to figure out what door you're going to buy. You got to eat. So you might as well get your frozen pizza and your milk and your eggs and your this and your that. Even successful stores have understood that they have to have multiple things going on in their businesses so they can survive. So I'm constantly talking to people in this industry who are fighting this market disruption. You're going to lose that fight. I'm telling you now. So you have to learn, and that's where my coaching comes in, because I'm with it. Every time I see it, I'm like, okay, what else do I need to do? Because this is the name of the game. If we go back and we look at, and there are many other examples. God, there's thousands of them out there. And we look at all of these examples, the common thing that the common problem that I see that they have all solved is people not wasting time. Y'all know that? They have said, don't worry about it. I'm going to bring it to you. Don't worry about it. You can do it right here at home while you're at home anyway. You don't have to dedicate no other time to find what you're looking for, or to gather information, go into libraries and stuff. And I'm not against that, but I'm just using it as a point. Here, everything, food, we're going to bring it to you. And we're going to bring it to you as fast as possible. Uber, Lyft. You ain't got to wait no more. When you leaving your house, you don't have to stand and wait for a cab or wait for a limousine service or whatever. You don't even have to spend the time making the calls to reserve or to do anything like that. What else here? With Salon Suites, okay? You want to own your own business? We're going to fast track it because we're going to take care of the major expenses for you. You just pay us one price and you don't have to deal with water, gas, electric, repairs, all these other things when you own the whole kit and caboodle that you have to deal with, which means every time you got to come there and somebody needs to fix your furnace or your hot water heater, it costs you time. Okay? When you are building anything, you have to understand that where you create value in anyone's life is the thing they're going to gravitate to. But the thing that I don't care how much money you make, you can lose money and make it. I don't care how much you can lose a lot of things and get them back. But this is the one thing you will never get back. Me and my husband, we bicker over this, and I learned this at a business conference. And I'm going to try to say it the way I learned it. But this is the way I interpret it. When you have a mind that wants to be successful, okay, that's the way you want to think. Believe it or not, if you spend a couple more dollars on someone or something that is more qualified to do what you need to do, what you subsequently do is you save time. Okay? You spend a lot more. Successful people understand. I may have to spend, and you know these dollar marks when you see them like on a restaurant, they have a $1, $2, I mean it costs more. When you spend more money here for things that are of higher quality, for people that can do the job without you having standing over them, believe it or not, this is what you save. And I don't know about you all, but the one thing I can't get back is the one thing that I know I want to save money on. I want to save because in that time that I'm spending with bootleg contractors that somebody got to come do it again, or it wasn't done right, or I got to stand over them and make them do it right, that means that I now am wasting my most valuable asset is time. Now let me subsequently say that differently. It also says people who don't think in terms of success, they want to be successful, but they're not really equating it. They will spend more time, the thing they don't get back, to save money. They'll spend all the time to work. They'll spend all the time shopping for something. They'll spend all the time getting Pookie and them to move your stuff instead of getting somebody that you can keep making money, somebody you could pay, come to your house, put your stuff together right. Think about movers. Yeah, they're expensive. I don't care. I'd rather pay a mover that's licensed, bonded. If they break something, because you know Pookie them gonna break stuff, it ain't nothing you can do. I ain't got to rent the truck. I ain't got to put the gas in it. I ain't got to come to the place. You come here, pack up all this stuff, take it to the next location, put it up where it's supposed to go. Yes, I spent more money, but I did not waste this. I did not waste all my time babysitting this process. You will only change, and this ain't about whether you got the money or not. I remember in my prayer time, I said, God, because I've done a lot of construction in my life, at home, at work, and I said, God, I only want to be rich for one thing, and this is what I said at that time. Of course, that's expanded. I said, I just want to be rich. So when I need a contractor, when I need a plumber, when I need an electrician, when I need somebody to do some walls, all I want to do is call, go a home advisor, or go somewhere and call somebody, and they could come in. I could turn the alarm code on, let them have the key, do what they do, walk away, and know it's going to be done right. I said, God, just let me be rich. And this is what I said years ago, just so I could hire good, qualified people. I just want to be able to pay them. I don't want to anymore have to pay Pookie and them to do stuff and then it ain't right, and I just don't want to do that anymore because I started valuing the one thing I can't get back. Anybody that knows me knows you can waste my money. I ain't even tripping. Okay, we went and blew a little money. Now, not too much. Y'all know I teach financial stuff too. Okay, if I lost money at a show, I ain't tripping. The thing that I have more of that vexes me more is if I got there and stuff wasn't put together right, and I saw nobody spend energy into marketing, or I saw that the people that were around were 10 hours late. I ain't tripping if the show went off with a hitch as far as we got the people there, we did what we supposed to do, but it bombed. I could live with that because it at least didn't waste my time, because everything is a growing process. But when people don't value your time and they come in late, they do whatever, don't have stuff prepared, that's when don't call me no more. That's when I say, you know what? I don't even trip about taking the risk of losing, but I am going to have a problem with the fact that you didn't put any energy into this, which means now I was supposed to be here 5 hours, but because you didn't have stuff ready, now I'm here 7 hours, because now you wasting my time. And I didn't make no money. So that ain't going to work for me. So this is so the thing that happens is it's the value, convenience. How you spell convenience, y'all? Convenience, which all equates, whether you know it or not, to saving people's time. Now, if I can order all my groceries online, have Instacart, whoever, deliver them, guess what, y'all? I don't have to spend a whole Saturday at the grocery store with kids and all this other stuff going buying groceries. Now, guess what? I could spend time with family. I could spend time working on my business. And believe it or not, when you focus on doing these things or dealing with any of these companies, you don't waste time or money. Now that I get 90% of my groceries delivered, or at best, I'll go to Walmart pickup where I'll deliver it. I'll sit outside and they come bring it to my car. They deliver now to your house. What also happens is I buy what I need. I don't buy a bunch of extra stupid stuff because I'm not in the store just looking at stuff, buying stuff I don't need that I either got to take back or just forget to take it back, lose a receipt. Y'all know the spiel, right? Now when I order, all I get is what I really, really need. So I don't stack up a bunch of unnecessary stuff, spending a bunch of extra money, but y'all get the gist, right? When I learned, and I'm still learning, because I bought a really expensive virtual training course, but it is beyond the best thing that I've probably ever purchased. When they had I'm not even through with this chapter. And I knew what was happening, I just didn't know it actually had a name. And so now I understand now what to tell the people that I coach. If you all are interested in coaching, you can go on knowledgebynikki.com, set up to have an interview with me. I'll interview to see if I'm going to coach you or not, and I can coach you in whatever area you're deficient. But now I understand more of what has happened as a whole in this world. This is why we struggle. We don't understand that there are some strong forces out here, and if you can't beat them, join them. I'm going to start something, and I learned how to do it actually just kind of learning this. And it's called, we're going to have a YouTube day. And if anybody's interested in me featuring, we going to film it and everything. I got a real film crew. We will come to your salon and we will do it for free. I'm going to show salons. Now, this is the deal. You have to have at least 5 or more operators for this to work. It will not work if you don't have 5 or more operators. So if you all want, this is a contest. I don't know you. I don't know who you are. I don't know anything about probably some of y'all that's going to actually go on. I need you to text my designated text line. Shay, if you listening, put this up for me. It's 800-580-8074. That's how you enter the win. What I'm going to do is me and my film crew, we are going to sit down with you free of charge. And we are going to show you how to do a YouTube open house. It is phenomenal. It is where you partner with YouTube, and we're going to show you how to bring in business, because all y'all complaining about they learn how to do it on YouTube. Okay, that's cool. YouTube ain't going nowhere. So they've disrupted the market. You might as well get over that. So if you can't beat them, we're going to join them. And I'm going to show you how to do it. And we're going to live stream it from your facility. We'll all fly there and do what we need to do. And I'm going to organize the marketing, how it needs to be done. You're going to have some assignments too, but I ain't going to charge you one dime for this. I'm going to show you how you can work. YouTube can actually be a, what's the word I'm looking for? It can be an asset to you, not a disruption, even though it has. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So all you need to do, there is no number for YouTube. All you need to do is hit me up at 800-580-8074. Just put in there, I want to get in the YouTube contest. You need to be the owner. This is not for suites. This is for people who have a traditional salon. You ain't trying to be a suite. That's cool. But I'm going to show you how to stay in the game where you don't have to now sell your shop. Okay? So if you want to get into that, hit me up on that line, 800-580-8074, and put, I want to enter the YouTube contest. Okay? And I'm going to call you. See, just text me there. I can call or text from that line. You could also go on my website, knowledgebynikki.com with 1K. Go on my website. You can send me a message in the email area. Okay? Plus, that number is actually on my website. Also, these are the things I'm going to be teaching at my Salon Owner Strategies Conference, which is November 9th through 11th. You don't want to miss it. If you want to understand how to battle or how to be a part of where the market is going, you need to be there. There is no hair being done. This conference is about all salon. I got franchise owners. I got school owners. I got people who don't even do hair coming to the conference. I have salon owners, corporate, all of that. They're coming to this conference. It ain't just me. It's in Las Vegas at the Embassy Suites. Guys, you need to be there. You pay one price. I take care of your hotel. I take care of your food. All you got to do is get yourself there. And there are over, I don't even know how many classes it is. It's probably about 100 classes total going on at the entire conference. Classes on the floor, classes in the rooms, workshop classes. All of this is about you understanding how to build your business and sustain it even through what we call market disruption. Guys, it is, a matter of fact, I got a flyer right here. I just thought about it. Here's our flyer. You see this? I got a flyer right here. Okay, it is the SOS. Where are we here? SOS, Salon Owner Strategies Conference. You will go online. You'll see this. See, on both sides. I have all these speakers plus some that aren't even on here, guys. We also just added something. It was a request. Those of you all that want to learn how to coach, you believe you're called to coach. You believe, okay, I know this is what I'm supposed to do. We will be having a formal dinner with several coaches that are successful coaches in this industry that are going to not only help you understand what you think you want, but they're also going to give you the actual tools, how to assess, how to help people through hard times, how to get them to move, how to this, all these things. We're going to give you these tools. Now, this is extra. This will be Sunday night, the night of the 10th. This will be a formal dinner. So put your best clothes on. We're going to come in this arena. It is only, I think I seat 40 people in this particular room. It'll be set up very formal, after 5 style. And they're going to be real coaches that this is what they do. You got spiritual coaches, life coaches, business coaches, health coaches, and then success coaches. You have all the, I think I missed one, financial coaches. You have all these different coaches that are going to be there, and I'm only getting coaches that are willing to give up information to help you. I mean, literally give you the links, give you forms, just more than just talk at you. We're actually going to help you get set up, but we first got to make sure you understand the difference in coaching and mentoring, whether you're really cut out. Why do you think you want to be a coach? I get asked that question all the time. I want to coach. How do I do it? This and that. The first thing you have to really figure out is, why do you want to do it? Who do you want to do it for? Then we can help you understand how to do it. Because there is a system when you are taking people's money And now you are obligating yourself to help them navigate through their lives. That comes with a different sense of expectation. That's where you can have the disappointment where expectations do not meet reality. Okay? You have to do good assessments to learn the people that you're coaching. There are some people that are uncoachable, and you need to understand that as well. You also, whatever market you choose to coach, you need to understand how they think, how they move, what they will do, what they won't do. There's a lot that goes into being able to be a good coach and make that a business for yourself. So if you come to the conference, that hasn't even been put up online yet because it was just added. But I still got payment arrangements, guys. Literally, go on knowledgebynikki1k.com. You will see information on there. I want to see you there, okay? But just remember, market disruption. And this is the last thing I'm going to say. The world has evolved. The world has changed. The world will continually change and continually evolve. Why haven't you? Okay? That's what it is. And if you don't be angry. If people decide they don't want to get serviced by you anymore, they don't want to come to you anymore, because unless you stay on top of this changing world and unless you evolve, you're going to become a dinosaur, and subsequently you're going to fail at your business. And I hate to see you all at that end of the spectrum. So one thing you have to do also is you need to make sure you hone your craft. You need to make sure you start learning about what is happening instead of complaining about what is happening. And don't always blame it on the workers, the this, the that. Yes, everything plays a part. But you can survive in this service world, in this business, even with all the market disruption that is out there. So meet me at the conference, Salon Owner Strategies Conference. If you're in Vegas, we actually have day tickets. We have tickets where but you'll only be privy to the vendor floor. You will not be privy to the actual classrooms that are in the rooms, which is the big classes. You won't be able, but you will be able to come in vendor floor. We got some classes going on the floor. That flyer will be done later today, and I'm going to put everything up online. If you're in Vegas or you going to Vegas, got a timeshare, whatever, you want to just blow in for the day, there will be some day rates for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, guys. So again, don't let the market's disruption disrupt your life, okay? Peace out. I'll see y'all later.